Hello and welcome. This is an English lesson for the 4th grade of high school. The topic of the lesson is memorable speeches, and my name is Lana Kovač. In this lesson, you're going to listen to 2 memorable speeches, and you're going to prepare your own speech using figures of speech. For this lesson, you'll need something to write with, a notebook, a device with internet access, and a QR code scanner. Don't forget you can pause the video whenever you want and replay it as many times as you want. Now take a look at these 2 photos. Do you know who the people in the photos are? Do you know their names, where they come from, why they might be famous or what they are famous for? Think about everything you know about them. So, were your guesses correct? The person in the first photo is Malala Yousafzai, a Pakistani education advocate who at the age of 17 in 2014 became the youngest person to win the Nobel Peace Prize after surviving an assassination attempt by the Taliban. And the person in the second photo is Charlie Chaplin, who was an English comic actor, filmmaker, and composer who rose to fame in the era of silent film. You're now going to listen to 2 famous speeches. The first one, Malala's, receiving a Nobel Peace Prize in 2014 in Oslo, and the second one, Charlie Chaplin's, from a 1940 political satire film, The Great Dictator. Before listening, follow the link below or scan the QR code and match the words from the speeches with their definition or synonym. You should now read the sentences and decide who says which one in their speech. Write MY for Malala and CC for Charlie Chaplin. You're now going to watch the videos of Malala and Charlie Chaplin giving their speeches. Make sure you watch the videos without the subtitles. After watching them, check your answers from the previous slide. Either follow the links or scan the QR code to open the speeches. And here is the key. The first sentence is from Charlie Chaplin's speech. The second one is from Malala's speech. The third one, Charlie Chaplin's. The fourth one, Malala's. And the fifth sentence is from Charlie Chaplin's speech. Now listen to Malala's speech again and answer the following questions. Make sure you write the answers into your notebook. What nationality is Malala? What does she have to work on with her brothers? What does her name mean? How do people describe her? Name 4 things. What does she want? Name 3 things. Do you like the speech? Do you think it's effective and achieves its purpose? How does it do that? And here is the key. What nationality is Malala? Malala's Pashtun. What does she have to work on with her brothers? On peace. What does her name mean? Grief-stricken. How do people describe her? The girl who was shot by the Taliban, the girl who fought for her rights, a Nobel laureate, and annoying, bossy sister. What does she want? She wants quality education for children, equal rights for women, peace in every corner of the world. Fill in the gaps with one word only in this definition of a Pashtun. And here is the key. Pashtuns are Pashto-speaking people residing primarily in the region that lies between the Hindu Kush in northeastern Afghanistan and the northern stretch of the Indus River in Pakistan. They constitute the majority of the population of Afghanistan and bore the exclusive name of Afghan before that name came to denote any native of the present land area of Afghanistan. Now listen to Charlie Chaplin's speech again and correct the words in bold in the following sentences. And here is the key. Emperor instead of conqueror, souls instead of hearts, gentleness instead of happiness, perish instead of disappear, unnatural instead of unkind, beautiful instead of wonderful, and intolerance instead of tolerance. Answer the following questions, record yourself, and send your answers to your teacher. What do you think makes a great speech? Yes, if you said rhetorical or figurative language, also known as figures of speech, you were right. Can you name some figures of speech? Follow the link below to do a matching task with some figures of speech which politicians often use to make their speeches more powerful. Now follow the links below to open the transcripts of the 2 speeches you have heard and find examples of the figures of speech from the task in word wall. Find at least one example for every figure of speech. And here are some examples of the figures of speech from the speeches. If you found some that I didn't list, check them with your Croatian teacher. The first one is pathos. Alliteration, tricolon from Malala's speech, tricolon from Charlie Chaplin's speech, antithesis, metaphor, and finally, anaphora. At the end of this lesson, you're going to prepare your own speech. Before doing so, let's look at some useful phrases for presentations and speeches. Follow the link below or scan the QR code and do the task. Now watch these 2 short videos on how to prepare a speech. While watching, jot down the main points. And now it's your turn. Prepare at least a 5-minute long speech on a topic you're passionate about. On the next slide, there is a checklist with everything you need to include in your speech. And finally, tick the appropriate column depending on how well you can do the following things. If there is anything you're not happy with, go back and improve it. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.